In Hurricane Helene's wake, devastation and destruction stretching as far as the eye can see.
We were not prepared for this.
The powerful Category 4 storm causing damage in at least 10 states. Hardest hit, North Carolina, where every single county has been impacted.
Today, I would like to talk about be aware and alert. So many different things happening all around the world. But most people, this is what we'll be talking about in America nowadays. Like the effect of Hurricane Helene and how bad it is. And not to talk about the combination of workers going on strike and how it's going to affect a lot of people. Right now, we are out of light for about 5 days. All the food storage, we have everything. But glory be to God, a lot of property will not damage where I am. But when I keep looking at the news, a lot of property was damaged, a lot of people died. And like some, they're told like 182 right now in some areas. In my area was around like 50s and all that stuff. Or just glory be to God. But the property damage and all that is a lot. And we are still trying to find a way to prepare because there's still 2 more coming or something like that. Let's just watch this and see the destruction in the path.
In Hurricane Helene's wake, devastation and destruction stretching as far as the eye can see.
We were not prepared for this.
The powerful Category 4 storm causing damage in at least 10 states. Hardest hit, North Carolina, where every single county has been impacted.
And we're dealing with a situation that is unlike anybody's ever seen.
The town of Asheville isolated, cut off from power, water, and cell service. Homes and businesses destroyed, testing the resilience of its residents.
My business and my job and my livelihood and all that. So, I don't know.
This video showing the flood's sheer power as it rushed in.
Everything's gone.
Leaving down trees and power lines, buckled railroad tracks, cars overturned. Devastation I saw firsthand driving through the streets. In Henderson County, families in need were given a meal and water bottles to help tide them over for the day.
And how would you describe the scene so far today?
It has been a very busy, chaotic scene trying to get water to residents who have not had water since Thursday.
Some more help now on the way. The National Guard moving in. FEMA also sending support. President Biden says he'll travel to the region tomorrow for an aerial tour, explaining he doesn't want his trip to divert resources.
I've directed my team to provide every available resource as fast as possible to your communities.
The destruction stretching more than 600 miles across state lines.
The impact of Hurricane Helene is historic.
In Tennessee, more than 100 people are still missing. Family members desperately waiting for news about their loved ones. The state's infrastructure also taking a catastrophic hit. Hundreds of bridges destroyed or damaged. In Georgia, hundreds of thousands left without electricity. Amid the pain, though, hope and heroes stepping in. Dramatic rescues through the storm. In western North Carolina, a man jumping into raging waters to save a woman whose home was being swept away in the flood.
I just couldn't watch her die. I felt like I needed to do that.
Up and down the coast, communities coming together.
Somebody's going to help them from our community because that's how we are. Nobody will be left alone out here.
That Southern hospitality showing up in a time of great need.
We just want to help. That's all we're doing.
Well, a lot of people are watching this, Craig, and wondering what they can do to help. What are you learning on the ground there? What's feasible?
And that's my area. There's so many destroyed properties and all that stuff, but I don't see a lot of flood when I drive around. Electricity, everybody, food damage, like fans, some houses, tree falling on houses and all that stuff is really bad. Now, with everything all the price going up and all the food you have stored has been thrown away, all the food I have in the fridge and all that stuff is thrown away and all that stuff. And shelter is opening and all that. But glory be to God, we get our life back, yesterday, stuff like that. But now, we hear this. I didn't even know this is going on. it just made it break my heart. Like with everything going on, people like at least there's a 10 state. North Carolina eat the most. South Carolina eats in some area and a lot of other avenue as well. But then your income doesn't go up. Your food that you've been buying little by little, you throw it away. You have to do stuff, and now there's no food to buy because everybody's buying all the stuff and all that. Which I don't blame anybody. You should prepare to save your family, but I don't know how this is gonna work, and a lot of people doesn't even have emergency supply because there's not enough money to have that.
Tens of thousands of dock workers at ports along the East and Gulf Coast have gone on strike. The union representing those workers has been locked in a labor dispute with the port operators. They're demanding pay raises and protections from automation. Former President Trump addressed the strike in a new statement out tonight, saying, quote, "The situation should never have come to this," adding American workers should be able to negotiate for better wages. He also blames Harris for inflation, which he says caused the strike. CBS News senior business and technology correspondent Jolene Kent joins us now from Los Angeles. Jolene, good to see you. What will the economic impact of this port strike be?
Lindsay, great to be with you. We're talking about 25,000 workers from Boston all the way to Houston who've gone on strike, who've taken to picket these issues and these benefits that they're looking for. Overall, according to JP Morgan Chase, we can expect this to cost the American economy about $5 billion a day. And the real concern going forward is if this is a protracted strike, it could have an impact on supplies from perishable foods, cars, and construction supplies. But the good news here is that some of the essentials out there that New York Governor Hochul has warned about will not be affected. So we're talking about home heating oil, diesel, gas. So there has been an overall warning to consumers out there. You don't need to panic. You don't need to go out and stock up on a lot of the supplies you may be worried about. Both sides obviously hoping to get to some kind of resolution here, but it could be a very, very costly strike as these ports are essential to
Just keep hearing like money that people or like the government will be losing. What about people that don't have money to even buy regular stuff? My work is closed because electricity went off. And when you try to find stuff all around, there's like around South Carolina, North Carolina, you have to drive out of state to get anything. It's just so much that's happened because of the destruction caused by the hurricane. Now the strike of the truck and all that stuff, and they should have job security because during pandemic they're driving and make sure all the supply and all that stuff. They are like to me they are one of the frontline workers as well. But I don't know much about that. But I do know, like even in my hospital, the medicine that we like. Pharmacists, pharmacy technicians normally bring, robot is the one bringing it. Like even how the counts, dispense and all that stuff to minimize error, everything has now been automated, but it reduced staff as well. So a lot of people are losing jobs and all that stuff. So good for them that they're demanding job security and all that stuff. But I believe this should not affect the livelihood of the citizen and all around the world, all around the nation, because I don't know when they're going to resolve this, and I don't know what the representatives are doing, but I hope they come back in time because so many different issues is happening that people need to supply. You can't even buy medicine. Let's leave food. You can't buy medicine because if they don't supply it, how are you going to get it? I just want, like the Bible says, we should be watchful and prayerful. Do not fall asleep or the enemy is going to eat you alive. The enemy job is to kill, to steal, and to destroy. John 10:10. Please let's help each other, pray for each other so that we can stand strong against the enemy. And we can help your neighbor. Doesn't matter if the person believes, share your belief and all that stuff. We are all one. Love your neighbor as yourself. Help. So if you make it to the end of the video, please share it around and help your neighbor in case they need something and all that stuff. So many different things happening and we don't know what the news situation is going to bring. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.